my sewing friends. Let's talk about Simplicity 9180, the skirt, and Simplicity 9032, the top from 1996. I'm Jen, and this is my sewing room, and I thought I would talk to you today about these two things. Let me start with Simplicity 9180. This is a gathered skirt with huge old pockets. It's just kind of a big, sloppy, kind of casual knock-around skirt. Very comfortable. It's gathered waist, and so it has a distinct style about it, and it can tend to make you look thick, and I think that's because I don't have a small waist. Now, if I had a small waist, it would draw me in here and then come out and be very flattering. On me, it's not quite that, but I still love a skirt like this, especially in the winter, to wear with like maybe a turtleneck, close sweater, and maybe some boots. I just think that's the perfect thing. Well, that's a little too much for where I live right now. So I ended up making this top to go with it. But let me tell you about the skirt first. It calls for wovens and stable knits. So when I say knits, I mean like ponte. Double knits, because they're stable, that would work. If you had a cotton interlock, cotton poly interlock, that would probably work okay for this. Flannel would work great for this. I will say that those pockets are kind of floppy, so you may need to stabilize the top edge of them. There are variations on the pockets. You can do them like I did, which is just straight across, and then there are pleats coming out. I used this polyester woven suiting that I found at Joann's. It's just what I had on hand. I think my original idea was to use more like a very old fabric, like an Osnaburg, a loose woven muslin-y kind of, something like that. And I thought I had some and I didn't want to go looking for more fabric, so I just used what I had. And this works great because it has a fair amount of drape to it. So that was good. It's easy to put together. You just need to make sure, if you have a fabric that is the same on the wrong side as the right side, you just need to make sure that you correctly mark your pieces so that you'll have a point of reference, because it would be easy to put this together the wrong way. So it's a lot of things that come together that look very similar. So, the waistband was a little tricky in that I added 2 inches to it because I looked at the finished garment measurements and I thought I'm going to need another couple of inches. Went in, took them out because I don't know what it is. Do I need negative ease in my waistband? I don't know. That's probably what it is. Or maybe the ease given is enough for me. So it was fine. I just took it off and put it back on again. Now, if I were going to do this again, I would do a wider waistband because this waistband is about 1.5 inches, and I think I would rather have at least another inch on top of that. And the reason is because of the kind of top I made to go with it, and also because I just think it would fit better because it's high-waisted. So yeah, I just think it would fit better. But overall, it's a cute skirt. I really like it. I think it went together really easily, especially if you're using any kind of a soft fabric with some drape. It's just really cute. And so I'm really happy with that. The top I needed to be something that wasn't form-fitting because I don't like how wide the waistband is, and I didn't want something that was going to tuck in necessarily. But when you have like fullness on the bottom, you really need something tighter on the tops to offset it. And I'm not one of those women that has a small waist and wider hips. There's not much difference between my waist and my hip measurements. I mean, there's some, but not what you would normally think. So I played around with a few different ideas, and then I decided, if I had a little crop top, that would be really cool. So I picked up Simplicity 9032 with reservations, and I say that because I am not of an age where I want to go flashing you my midriff because there's a whole lot going on here and you don't need to see that. So I had this in my stash. This is just a woven t-shirt, loose fitting top, and a pair of pants or shorts. And it calls for wovens, which is what I wanted. And I went through my fabrics and I found this quilting cotton. And the way that it matches is just perfect. So I went ahead and used that. My only fear is that I don't know if I ever pre-washed this before I rolled it on the bolt. And I've had it for probably 20 years. So I don't remember. So I may end up with a lot of shrinkage. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. But what I did was measured from my shoulder down to the place where I wanted it to end, to where my waist was. And I was originally going to put a band around the bottom of this, but I decided against that because it was going to make it a little too long. And that's the thing about that skirt. If you go too long, then you just have all this fullness right there at the waistline. And that was just not going to do. So I went ahead and cut it off, and I cut the bands for the bottom, but I tried it on and I thought, no, I think this is okay with just the hem, although I had hemmed it up at probably 1.5 inches, and I decided I'll let that out and then I'll just do a facing. So I did. I cut, I actually just used the bands that I had, and I cut facing pieces, a facing piece. Actually, I cut 2 and sewed them together in a circle, and then I sewed those on. And I like that treatment of a hem because I just think it's clean. It looks finished and nice and neat. I like that. So I did about a 2-inch top stitch all the way around. So I made the facing pretty wide. And when I tried it on, I was going to add the bands to the sleeves too, but I just decided no, this was exactly what I thought I wanted. So I went ahead and left those. But then I pulled it in a little bit, and the more I pulled it in, the more I thought, yeah, that's what I need. So this is very boxy. And so initially I thought I might put buttons here just to pull it in a little bit. And I ended up thinking, why would I go to the trouble of buttons and buttonholes when I could just do ties? So I did ties on the side. And I'm still not convinced that that's what I need, but it's what I did. So I can always go back in and take those off and do a buttonhole and a button that's a cleaner look. But actually, this kind of lends itself to the vibe that this skirt gives off. So yeah, I think I'm probably just going to leave it. This is really cropped. You can tell I'm wearing jeans that come up under my belly button, and this is, yikes, I don't dare raise my arms. I think that that's easily fixed with a camisole underneath the skirt, or well, underneath the top when I wear the skirt, and I might do that, but I have some other tops that I figured out that I could wear with the skirt, like a t-shirt that's just bunched up and, where you tie a knot in it. That would work too. So I don't know. So it ended up being a very, very, very cute outfit. Oh, one other thing. This does run big. And that's typical of 1996, where everything ran big a little bit. So it has a dropped shoulder. And because it runs big, I made a small. I looked at the finished garment measurements and I thought that's going to fit me with just enough ease, not to look huge, big and boxy, but just enough. So I made a small, but I also only used a 1/2 inch seam allowance all the way around. So yeah, cute outfit, I think. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've made the skirt pattern. You've probably not made this one. I don't know, maybe you have. If you have, let me know. Let me know what you think. Any opinions are always invited. Yeah, I'd love to hear what you think about this outfit. I really like it. I think it's adorable. So anyway, that's my review and all my thoughts on Simplicity 9180, the skirt, and Simplicity 9032, the top. That's it for now from me. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Thank you.